Kills Corner. Back again. Word. Ran across this article. Keith Idec, boxing scene. OG Arum, like they like to call him, says Wilder Ortiz dangerous, but Heyman had to do it. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Leave comments in the comment section. All right, and as you all say, let's get into it. So, if it were up to Bob Arum, he wouldn't have come to MGM Grand this week to promote Tyson Fury versus Otto Wallin. He says, I need this fight like I need a hole in the head, Arum told Boxing Scene on Thursday. That's the truth. The 87-year-old Arum has nothing against Wallin, who at least looks the part of a credible contender and has been nothing but perfectly polite since the fight was made last month. And the ever-entertaining Fury makes Arum's job easier, even against an unproven opponent completely unknown among American boxing fans. But it's just that Arum would just prefer Tyson Fury. Next fight would have been the rematch with Deontay Wilder, who fought Fury to a split draw December 1st at Staples Center in Los Angeles. Moving directly to Wilder Fury, 2 would have prevented Wilder from fighting Luis Ortiz in their own rematch November 23rd at MGM Grand. Arum is much more confident in Fury defeating Wallin than he is about Wilder winning his second fight versus Ortiz. Whereas Fury is a 25-1 favorite versus Wallin, Wilder willingly has agreed to engage in a seemingly more troublesome rematch against Ortiz. The Cuban-born Ortiz is 40 years old, and Wilder knocked him out in the 10th round of their first fight 18 months ago. And we all know he staggered Wilder, and then Wilder came back to drop him twice and eventually stop him. So yes, it's a very dangerous fight, Arum says, and he says it's stupid. But Al was boxed in. He had to do it. He talked about getting out of that fight and doing Fury Wilder here now, but in the fall, and Al could get out of the fight because Ortiz has been offered the Joshua fight, and so we promised him a rematch with Wilder. So the notoriously reclusive Heyman, who advises Wilder and many other prominent boxers, and Arum met a few months ago to discuss putting together the Wilder-Fury rematch in the welterweight showdown between WBO champion Terence Crawford and IBF champ Errol Spence Jr. Arum made some inflammatory comments about Heyman that made working together appear unlikely. But Arum says their meeting went well and that he is confident that they will be able to make at least some of the fights fans most want to watch. Arum also understood why Heyman couldn't help but make the Wilder-Fury rematch next. Heyman promised Ortiz a rematch with Wilder if Ortiz turned down a $7 million purse to replace Jarrell Miller as Joshua's opponent June 1st in Madison Square Garden. It isn't clear how much money Ortiz was guaranteed for his second fight with Wilder, but he also received a percentage of pay-per-view revenue from a fight Showtime is expected to distribute. Their first fight was televised live on Showtime. Most internet sports books have installed Wilder as a 5-1 favorite of Ortiz, but there is concern about Wilder losing, according to Arum. Yeah, according to Arum. There is a concern about this Wallin, Arum said, and he's 6'6" Swede that can punch. I mean, at any time heavyweights go in there, something can happen dangerous. That's right. That's true. And just like Andy Ruiz came in, he was just a step in. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he is, but that's what he was when he fought Joshua. He was just a step in. And look what happened. Now he's champion of the world. So these things happen in boxing, period, but especially in the heavyweight division. So it's very important for me to set my legacy, to stake my claim in this heavyweight division, Wilder says. And good for Wilder, okay? And I'm glad he's taking the Ortiz rematch. And he's going to knock, I think he's going to knock. Kills Corner believes Wilder will knock Ortiz out earlier this time. He will have learned from the first fight, and I don't think he'll get in trouble at any time in this fight against Ortiz. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy fight, but I'm saying I think Wilder's going to stop him and, yeah, put him down and out this time. So, yeah. Good for Wilder, doing it the old school way, you know, taking the harder fights, the rematches, and all that, while Tyson Fury skips through the tulips with Otto Wallen. Yeah, good for you, Gypsy King. Huh, whatever. Hey, Kills Corner. Hands up, chin down. Keep punching, baby. That's right, Wilder. You claim your stake in the heavyweight division. You don't have to follow the sheep. Gypsy King. Peace. And now I'm out.